What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Now, I understand there's a lot of things weird with this season compared to last season, but I'll explain all of that in this episode and why things have been so inconsistent at best with the training and with the vlogging. Not like the 20 of you that watch these videos are really concerned. I'm not getting messages every day saying, hey Rob, where's the video? But I do, I had an expectation for this season, for this series, and I want to explain why this series, or this season of the series, has not panned out. But today's a great day for me at the house because our air conditioning unit crapped out last week. We had a power surge during a little storm, not even a big storm, here in Florida on Wednesday afternoon. I had internet went down. I thought it was just a power hit, no big deal. Turns out my furnace decided to completely shit the bed. So I've been without air conditioning in my house since Wednesday. It is currently Tuesday morning. I don't even know what today's date is. Let me double check the date. August 9th. So that means it went out last week, like August 2nd or 3rd. August 3rd, I think, because my wife left. So I've had no AC in this house since August 3rd. It is the 9th. 6 days with no air conditioning in the house. Today, they are here to do the complete install. And it's going to be a huge project. Hopefully they'll get it all done today, but damn, it's going to be like that. So I have some things I got to do with work. I'll update you with the progress of the air conditioner unit. I don't want to just walk around and start recording them like it's a normal thing. But I will sit down and explain what the problem with the consistency is with this particular season, and I think you'll understand why. So this is the start of the tearing out of the AC unit. This whole thing has been trashed because this thing here decided to go bad and got fried during the storm. And they said because that went bad, we don't know if anything else went bad. So we don't want you to spend $1,000 on the board to find out something else went bad and have to spend even more money and even more money and even more money. Then the thermostat fried itself. So it's been a shit 6 days in this house. We have AC in the bedroom because they loaned us a stand-up AC unit that attaches to the window. But essentially we've been living the worst life ever. Remember, I bought a 10-foot inflatable pool for the back porch the other day just so we had a nice place to chill in the afternoon when it got really hot. And of course yesterday, the first day I got a chance to use it, it was 80 degrees and windy and cold and the water was so uncomfortable. But we have it now. Kenzie's looking forward to sitting there. We're going to set it up again when she gets home after we get back from Indy next week, because we are going to Indianapolis this week. Just a lot of things happening right now in the house that are just making life crazy for me. Between work and Connie not being home because she's up in Pennsylvania waiting to go to Indianapolis. We're going to meet her in Indy. Gigi starts school tomorrow, which is awesome for me because, but that's just one more thing I got to do to my plate, make sure she's going to school and coming home and focusing on school, and then the house, and then training. And it's just the last couple weeks have been super crazy, with all this training, even the St. Louis trip and the down and backs to Orlando. Life's been crazy, which has led to the inconsistency of the videos. So let me get situated and I'll talk a little bit about that. A little bit of progress. They got this guy completely out of here. So that's done. I know they're working on the outside unit as well, so that's good. So progress. Alright, just want to do a little status update on the AC unit, the furnace. Okay, it is installed. They're just doing little final touch-ups. It should be done within the hour. It's running, and hallelujah, there is cold air blowing from the vents. So this house is going to start cooling down soon, and my life is going to get 1,000,000 times easier. But yeah, so I just ate Finish up the day. I have one more meeting left today. Then I have a bike and a run to do today for workouts. And then while I'm on the bike, since it's not like a super crazy bike ride, I'll talk to you about why the inconsistency. I know I've been delaying it, but I've been busy at work trying to get some shit done. Things are starting to pick up, so I'm starting to get a little bit more involved and a little bit busier as things happen. So on the bike, because I have time, I will talk to you about why the inconsistency this season. I promise. All right, it is now 5:35 p.m. and I haven't done one of my workouts yet. I got to do a bike workout, which I think an hour 15 at race pace or at race power, and then I got a tempo run where I don't even know what the hell the pace is for the tempo run, but I gotta do something. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the bike first because it's the longer one, and then I'm gonna run. Although I probably should run first since it's sunny outside. I can get some kind of. It's probably easier to run outside than it is to bike because I can bike later. You know, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bike later. So this pre-workout that I just mixed, I'm gonna get another bottle. And I'm gonna make a single scoop for the run. Because I don't need double scoop for a 40-something minute run. I think it's a 40-minute run. Let me check. So, if I open up Training Peaks, today is a 43-minute tempo run. So the tempo run is basically a 10-minute warm-up, then 4 intervals of 5 minutes in zone 3, 2-minute recovery in zone 2, and then a 5-minute zone 1 cooldown. So that's it. I'm probably gonna run first, and then I'm gonna get on the bike and do the thing. So I guess I'm running first. Cool. So I will put this away. I'll get another one, and I'll be back in a minute. All right. So why the inconsistency with the vlogs this series? Well, let's be honest. I've been training nonstop endurance since April of 2020. And that's a long ass time to be doing one particular sport. I started with the fastest mile, took a month off, went right into half marathon training, ran 2 half marathons in a 3-week period. Then I took a month off, went right into marathon training, took a month off. I ran the marathon, took a month off, went right into Ironman training, trained for 6 months, was supposed to race at St. George and then take a month off. I didn't really race at St. George because of the swim, and I didn't take a month off. So I went right back into training, not official triathlon training, but I went right back into training, taking no time off. And now I've been training for the last, I don't know how many, 10 weeks for Ironman Chattanooga. To be honest, mentally, I'm working on the verge of getting burned out from just training. Not specifically Ironman, not specifically endurance, just training in general. I'm tired of just training. I just want it to be over with. I'm done. Like, I know I'm not quitting, but I, mentally, if I could check out today and be like, cool, the next 6.5 weeks doesn't have to happen, then I'm done. I wouldn't even cry about it. If somebody told me today that Ironman Chattanooga got canceled, I'd be like, thank God I can start my off season. Okay? The other reason for the inconsistency this season is because I'm not doing anything different than you didn't just watch in the previous 27 episodes. So here's the biggest differences between Chattanooga training and St. George training is we scaled everything back. I'm only swimming 1 to 2 days a week. Up until last week, I was only biking. I was biking like 3 days a week. None of which was like super crazy. It was a lot of power stuff. Just pushing power. My weight work, my strength workouts didn't change up until a couple weeks ago. My running was really the same up until recently. So nothing really has changed, and over the last couple weeks, we've actually scaled everything back a bit. I swim 1 to 2 days a week. We're only biking now 1 day a week. and we're focusing the rest of the time on the run, where it's not even like super long run workouts. Like I had a 15-mile workout run this past weekend. Didn't go so well because now we're getting into the point where we're implementing race procedures and protocols. So I have to worry about nutrition, race day nutrition, what's going to work during the swim, the bike, the run, etc. In transitions. And all of this is not working out at all how it was for St. George training. So, I mean, there's just so much happening right now, but like nothing's really happening. We're scaling everything back. We're focusing on the run. We're not biking as much. We're not swimming as much. The swims are just, I get one day in the pool and then one day open water, and that's it. So there's really nothing different to show this season, and I didn't really want to go and record the same shit because I'm by myself. I don't have a videographer. So it's kind of like static shot, static shot, static shot. There's no motion. There's no movement. There's no, hey, follow me on the run when I ride or when I run, or, follow me on the road or get in a canoe or on the paddleboard and watch me swim. There's none of that. Like, it sucks. And I ride most of my rides on the trainer. I've recently gotten outside for a couple rides. Not fun. But yeah, there's nothing fun or interesting to show or talk about. My diet, my nutrition stayed the same. Nothing has changed. And I think not only am I burned out from training, I'm burned out from trying to make new videos because the content doesn't change. It's the same thing that you just saw. And I think that's part of my hesitation for the inconsistency. The 70.3 was supposed to, the Mach 70.3 in the last episode was supposed to be a great day, and it turned out to be a disaster of a day. Now I do have an event coming up, a camp coming up Labor Day weekend. So in a couple weeks, we're traveling to Indianapolis this weekend. We're traveling to Orlando the following weekend to kind of have some family time. And then a week or two after that, I might be going to Nashville for work. I might be going, I might have a camp down here. Those things might be interesting to show you. And then the final stretch, we're 6.5 weeks away, so it's like we're almost done anyway. So there may only be 3 episodes left. There may be 4 or 5. I don't know. The race week video is probably going to do 1 a day for the race week, but I'm trying to mentally get back in a consistent state. It's not been easy this summer, but yeah, that's a lot why. So I'm going to finish this pre-workout, 1 scoop. I'm going to go do my 45-minute tempo run and get off my soapbox, try to get back into a regular state. I got to clean because I'm leaving in 2 days or in 3 days, and I have to clean this house before I go do like shit ton of laundry and sweeping and vacuuming and grooming and all this other stuff that has to happen because the last 6 days have been absolute hell. If you hadn't heard, we didn't have AC. Yeah, you saw them repairing it. Never mind. It's done. This is how shitty my week is. I can't make this stuff up. I will say it is nice walking into the house and not seeing 80 degrees as the indoor temperature and knowing it's cool and not even thinking about it. It is 11:35 at night, right? Or 11:38 at night right now. I'm going to wrap up today really, really quick because I did 2 workouts tonight. I did a run and then a bike. It was late as hell. I almost skipped the bike, but I didn't because it's the only bike on the schedule for this week. So I was like, I can't skip it. I have a double workout tomorrow, double workout Thursday, and then a run on Saturday when I'm out of town. So let's quickly go over. I have this right here. I'll put it up on the screen there so you can see. The run was a tempo run. It was a 43 minutes. Basically, it was 4 intervals of 5 minutes at zone 3, 2-minute recovery in zone 2. Overall pace was a 9:55. Did 4.3 miles. Nothing spectacular. It was 5 minutes zone 3, 2 minutes recovery with a warm up and a cool down. A little bit after dinner and helping Gigi get ready for her first day of school tomorrow. Went in and did a bike ride. It was just a race power ride, so it was a 55 minutes at race power, which I think it was set at like 255 watts. I don't know if that's what I'm going to be riding at, I think it was 255. anyway, yeah, overall I did, again, right here, 25 miles on the trainer, hour 15 for the ride. Average speed was 20 miles an hour. Burned 1,000 calories. Again, I don't know how accurate the power was, because since I changed I did an update on the kicker where I updated the firmware, and once I updated the firmware, the power just never seemed right. So and I've talked about this a few weeks ago. The power from the kicker and the power from the power meter on the bike are about 20 watts off. So I don't know which one's accurate. Tonight I rode getting my power from the power meter on the bike. Last time I rode with the power meter on the kicker, and it was a little bit harder, but it is what it is. I don't know. I won't know until I get out on the road and do a FTP test on the road to see what the bike power meter says, because I think that's going to be the most accurate as far as my FTP goes. The kicker is just software. I mean, it's literally software and hardware that controls. So I don't. I would like to see what's more accurate, but at this point, with us scaling the bike back, I don't know if we're going to do another FTP test. I would hope so, just because I'm really curious, especially with how shitty the last one was. Because I did the last one right after I updated the firmware, and it just sucked. Or right before I updated the firmware, and it just sucked. Either way, it is 11:40. I'm going to bed. I'm going to end this video tonight. I promise I'll start getting more I'll try to get more consistent again. We are in crunch time. We are 6.5 weeks from race day. That means we only have about 4.5 weeks of hard training to go, and training really isn't that hard. We have the long run. So I did a 15-mile run. I don't know how much more we're going to run over the next few weeks. I imagine there will be a Century bike ride. I have a time trial in the pool tomorrow. I think it's like 3,200 yards. I'm pretty sure we'll end up getting to 4,000 yards at least once in open water with Helen. But there's I don't know at this point. I mean, there's only 4.5 weeks to go. So it's going to have to be quick, because I got the next 2 weekends where I'm out of town and I can't really do anything super long distance. So we're really going to narrow it down. We got about 3 weeks of training once I get back from next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend's little weekend getaway. So we're kind of crunching at Labor Day weekend, and then 2 weekends after that, and then that's it. That's all we got left, and then we start taper. So I'm going to end this video now. Hopefully I'll get more content in the future. I don't know what day. Probably I might get something from Indy, probably not. We'll see. We'll see what the next video is. I really, really, really don't know, because, again, you just saw everything I'm doing. I'm just doing less of it now. So I'm sorry, but it's just the way training is. I can't wait to take a break. I'm sure you guys can't wait for me to take a break either, because you're probably tired of seeing the same old shit, probably from every triathlete training for a race right now. So that's it. I'll be real and say I'm ready for this shit to be over. Most triathletes won't say that. Most triathletes be like, oh man, I'm so close. Yeah, I'm so motivated. I'm so ready to be done. So I'll see you in the next episode.